Italy's Amalfi Coast is not to be missed. There's something for everyone: sun, sea, good food, wonderful people, and a look back at a little bit of history. We found the Amalfi Hotel to be the perfect place. It was really in the middle of everything, yet remote enough where you weren't bothered by all the traffic. And the Amalfi Hotel was a small boutique hotel situated right in the middle of everything, but just back far enough away that you weren't disturbed by all the crowds. The hotel had a wonderful garden on the third floor where you could enjoy the foliage and also have a glass of wine if you so desired. It was just a great setting, and it was available to you at any time you wanted. Breakfast was served on the roof out in the beautiful weather. You could sit there, watch the sun, and also see the birds fly by. The hotel was just up these stairs, tucked away. And up those stairs, besides the hotel, were a couple of fabulous restaurants that were right along, I guess I'd refer to it as an alleyway that kind of ran behind the main street. And the food was terrific, and I can't say much more about it. Once you arrive at the top of that staircase, off to your right is the hotel, and just almost directly in front of you is a restaurant called La Perla. Very good. We ate there a number of times. It was great and certainly convenient. And if you went to your left and down the corridor a bit, you'd get to San Giuseppe's. San Giuseppe's we liked probably a little bit more than the other place, but we thought it was great. In San Giuseppe's, I actually kissed the chef, so that tells you how good the restaurant was. Amalfi is fairly flat, so easy to get around, not as mountainous as some of the other areas, and you can see the plazas along the way here and people enjoying themselves. Here we are literally waiting for our ship to come in. This was the area that you boarded the ships to the various other locations. Some views of Amalfi at night. Just a wonderful place. Had a absolutely great time, and I would recommend Amalfi as the place to stay along the Amalfi Coast. This is one of the great little restaurants that you'll find anywhere you go, and here's a view of the beach and some of the local color. It's really nice. Now we're on to Ravello. Ravello is really up the mountain, sits really above Amalfi. And when you get up there, you can get a wonderful view of the city below. Here are the views, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. It's a quiet little town up there, so there's no hustle and bustle. It's kind of laid back. Some nice restaurants along the area, some wonderful views. There's a cathedral, which of course there's a cathedral everywhere in Italy. And it's just one up there, up above in Ramallo as well. But we enjoyed ourselves. It was nice to get away from the maddening crowds in Amalfi. So we boarded the boat for Capri and set off on our way. It was a nice, wonderful journey, and the ships are very nice, very comfortable, as you can see. And the views along the way are certainly outstanding. This one is particularly cool, and so it's a good ride, and you'll enjoy it. It took about 40 minutes to get there. So, and up the top there you can see the Capri Angel overlooking Capri. Here are the boats that will take you out to the Blue Lagoon. You can take a cable car to the top of Capri, and this is the view. You get to see Vesuvius in the distance. As you can see, there are beautiful views all around you. It's marvelous. The next day, we were back on the boat and off to Sorrento. Some more stunning views as we floated along, and some interesting boats as well. There's pretty nice stuff out there. And as we pull up, you can see Sorrento in the distance. It's just up above us. And there it is. When you get off the boat, you're at sea level, and as you saw as you arrived, the town is quite a bit up above. You need to take a bus, and the bus is there, and it'll bring you up to the town, up to the top of the town. And what you see here is a view from the top of the town back towards the sea. We then took a walk around the town. There's the monument which is there, and then also there is this gorge. This gorge sits in the middle of Sorrento, and it basically housed what was an old mill. It's been abandoned, as you can see from the picture, but it's quite a crazy looking scene. And it's, again, the gorge isn't that big, and sitting down there are these old buildings. There's plenty of shopping in Sorrento. I actually bought myself a belt while I was there, custom made, and wonderful restaurants and great scenery in probably in every direction. Trari and Minori are basically within walking distance from Amalfi. We had read to get from Amalfi to Trani, you had to go up over this there's a bit of a mountain, and you had to do it by going up these stairs, and we get some nice views from the top. However, it was quite a trip, and we didn't realize it until we returned that there was actually a tunnel that you could go through. And if you're brave enough to follow the narrow road with all of the motorcycles coming at you, you can basically get to Atrani that way as well. But we took the stairs that went up and over and up and over and through everybody's, it seemed like through everybody's backyard and down little narrow alleyways, and worked our way to Atrani. But on the way, we got to see these beautiful views. So it was probably worth it. But going back, we're going to take another way. This is the beach in Atrani, and what we're coming up here is the kind of the main drag in Minori. And this again is still between Minori and Atrani. Both kind of laid back places, much cheaper to stay there, and you just around the corner from Amalfi. So it's something to think about. On our way back to the tunnel that we found was available. We had to climb a bit of the stairs, and we did stop and had a little something to eat and drink up above the city, and the food was very good, and the views were great as well, as you can see, looking out here. And then we continued on our trek, basically found the tunnel, and we got through the tunnel, and it made our trek back much easier, believe me. We had scheduled a tour to Pompeii, and a bus arrived. We got on the bus, and we headed off to Pompeii. As we were driving along, I was able to get a shot of Vesuvius in the distance, and our guide met us, and he kind of walked us through the ruins of Pompeii. Unbelievable. I mean, the stuff is still standing, is basically almost unbelievable. But you can just imagine what these people went through at the time. It must have been horrendous. And we were actually able to see a couple people that were actually encased in, I guess, the ash that fell. And when you think about that, that's really a kind of a horrifying thing. But it was extremely interesting and kind of a real trip back into history. Here I was able to catch a picture of a street that was fairly empty with not too many tourists. And here is the bodies encased in ash. Unbelievable. Last but not least is Positano. Now, Positano is probably the busiest of all of the cities along the Amalfi Coast, and it's also the one that's most vertical. So, if you've got, and there's no cars that take you up and down. You've got to walk up to the top to get a bus or the train or whatever. So unless you are a bit of a mountain climber or a goat, I would recommend staying in Amalfi, which tends to be a bit flatter. I mean, there's some vertical and uphill there, but nothing like there is in Positano. As with most places we visited, we arrived by boat and then took a walk around Positano. As you can see, it is clearly vertical. And right along the waterfront is Shea Black, a well-known restaurant. We didn't stop to eat there, but we did stop and get a bite. And the food, all of Italy is gorgeous. We took a little bit of a rest in the hotel, had a drink, viewed the beach from the window of the hotel, and then got that classic view of Positano. In 10 minutes, we took you through 10 days of our trip.